Hello again. I'm Stephen Jerome. I'm going to continue reading from my third novel, The London Year. We're getting very close to the end now. Colin and Terry have just put two and two together about Sebastian, and then they wonder about Finn's portrait. Finn has just committed suicide, and they're considering all the ramifications hovering around the portrait and Sebastian. Even in deep shadow, we could see immediately that the room was a disaster, almost a crime scene it hadn't been when the burglars came. There was debris covering the entire floor, which I recognized immediately as Polaroid film boxes, hundreds of them, their bright square rainbow logo popping out amidst empty black film cartridges and the thick white paper sleeves protecting them. I reached for the light switch, and floodlights clamped to Finn's work table blasted on. Suddenly, a bold, extreme close-up of Sebastian's face nearly exploded toward us. "Good God," Colin gasped. "It's not a painting at all." Indeed, gone was the wall of wonder. In its place was a wide patchwork image made entirely from Polaroids. It had a mosaic quality that sometimes included, sometimes overlapped the white outline of the Polaroid frame. I knew at a glance the piece was sized to the proportions of the standing wall I'd seen at the restaurant on New Year's Eve. The tight cropping stopped at Sebastian's mid-forehead, the bottom edge at the bottom of his chin. The wide side edges stopped just past his ears, framing his face with those long corkscrew strands. We were slow to recognize the depth of it until we stepped closer. "It's his body," I exclaimed. "His entire body to make his face," Colin said, looking closer, suddenly in awe. We walked the length of the panel. It was true. Every frame was a detail from Sebastian's body, his entire body. No detail had been unscrutinized, but every moment was carefully put together to make a face. The face. Finn had burrowed into the quicksand of Sebastian's beauty and immersed himself completely. Up close, the facial aspects disappeared as each Polaroid pixelization became a sensual moment in itself. The minutiae of wonder. Only from a distance were Sebastian's features, the nuance of an expression, discernible. Finn had even managed to capture the opalesque colors in Sebastian's eyes from refraction caught on a fingernail. "It's almost painterly with all the different mocha tones," Colin said, "and the white edges give it a kind of jerky animation." I was surprised by Colin's insight. He'd always given the impression that it was Francesca who had the eye for art. Now I suspected that Colin, too, had a soft spot not only for art, but possibly artists, and in spite of everything, this one in particular. We both stepped back to take in again the full impact. "Mind you, I'm no expert," Colin said, breaking our long silence, "but this is a masterpiece." "Yes," I said, and nearly burst into tears all over again. Colin started pacing the large room, shuffling aside the debris at our feet that spread like fallen leaves. "We can't let him have it," he said at last. "The bastard stole this right out of him," he said angrily, pointing to the artwork. It's already paid for, Colin. Finn told me himself Sebastian paid him good money." "Finn paid with his life, Terry. That's not a fair trade." "Well, we can't destroy it," I said. "That would be criminal on too many levels." "Good God, no. We're not destroying this." "So what do we do, steal it?" After a moment, Colin said, "Yes." I turned to look at him. He was serious. "The bloodless bastard has stolen everything. My investments, this damn flat. He seems to have stolen Gracie's decency. Now it's our turn." He looked hard at the portrait. We'll steal his face. Oh my God. It was a totally audacious idea, but the irony was too delicious. It was the last thing the face would think could be stolen. Suddenly, Colin was all business. How is it mounted? He walked back to the portrait, checking its side edges. I got down on the floor to look along the bottom. It's on 2 boards, I said. There's 4 brackets under each panel. Yes, and across the top 2, said Colin, feeling with his fingers. That's good. Will we damage it if we split the parts? He made it to be moved, Colin replied, but we'll have to be careful. Then the next logistical question. Where will we put it? Colin thought for a moment. My place in Shepherd's Bush is too small, and it's too obvious, I said. Then lightning struck. I know somewhere where no one would look. I was suddenly caught up in the idea of a caper, a royal prank, because I knew the absolutely most secret place in all of London. I'd always thought that a gay bathhouse was where I'd hide if I ever killed the president. But now I had an even better place, and it was hiding in plain sight. Where? Colin asked. Harrods. I'm going to stop there. Very good place to stop. We'll continue next time. Thanks for following along.